Down hungry and eager for kills as he always is, wanting to get aggressive, wanting to push in, but very intelligently there, backing off and not finding himself just vulnerable and leaving himself in a 1 versus 3. Instead, waiting so all three of the players can push at the same time, utilizing these scans from the Bloodhound ultimate, and now it's going to get dirty here.
Snipe down, not being able to do any damage as yet. As I say that, 84 jumps out of the screen at me as the Mastiff hits hard, but no knock once again here. And the longer this fight goes off, remember this is a central area on the map that's inside a zone that teams could potentially rotate through from West Fragment as well. So concerns once again for TSM here. The longer that this fight takes, the more opportunity for a third party to hear the opportunity to push across and clean it up, even if they do win the fight. But we have to remember as well, the team on the other end of this fight, they've won this fight a couple of times as well. So TSM not going to have their own way once again.
I'm keeping an eye on the map to see if a third party is there. Luckily, there isn't really a team close to them. There is one up in Refinery. Not too far to do any damage right now. There's a team just heading into Fragment West, so if they do start to hear this noise, they might have a little sneak peek. Aside from that, no one to do any real damage. Snipe down, though, has taken damage. How will get a response? At least it's going to be a 2v2, and now here comes Reps to try and equalize things.
Yeah, Bubble going to be forced, though, by Reps, and you can see they've managed to get to the same floor as Snipe down, so an opportunity for both teams, potentially, to get the res off, or will it be a case of TSM backing out here as the nades are actually going to come in, as well as the Caustic ult. So, Snipe down eliminated by Skittle Cakes. How doesn't look like he has any meds to play with as well, and he decides that, you know what, time to get aggressive. Let's see if we can get a pick here. Even without his shields, he goes down as well. Reps has to be the savior here for TSM in what has been an incredibly frustrating day for them.
Yeah, Reps has got a lot to do, and he's coming up against a lot of caustic gas as well. Manages to crack the shields, but, well, can he do it with the Vault? He's not got much ammo to work with. Does have an R301, will just run straight into the bullets, and bye-bye TSM. It's another disappointing game for them in Team F8. Skittlecates and the boys are able to pull that one off, and they are very much the thorn in the side of TSM today. Yeah, a couple of nades coming through. As Absolute Monarchy just in absolute carnage at the moment. It's unfortunate. It's just, as soon as you get that grey shield notification, you're going to push on it. You know you can be able to take it down, but at the moment, so lifts a lot, doing a little bit of damage with the Eva Ray. Manages to get the knock, will back out, try and have a little climb-a-rooney here, but is he going to be able to do enough damage? No, he is not. That's 2 down. It's just Sleepy Panda on his own. Can he rescue this onset?
Yeah, he does have the Prowler though, so there is the opportunity for him to maybe melt one of these players. As I say that, the opportunity disappears quicker than a bath bomb, and he's going to be taken down. And unfortunately, it will be Ability Legend who comes behind them, and our team, who have been incredibly impressive so far today, unfortunately will fall here in game number 5.
And we can bring up the map overhead now, just so you guys can see where the rotations are going to be happening, where the circle currently resides, and I can try and explain where I think this circle might end up. So we have seen circles finish here on number 1, also down here on number 2, and down here on number 3. So you can see a lot of teams that are trying to set up in these areas, but these are the particular choke points we need to be concerned about. Train tracks, there's a team that's holding that. They're going to make sure no one's going to be wanting to push from here. But you can see there is a team up there, and if they can get through onto those train tracks, they're going to be a real nuisance to that team. But that circle has just pulled in, and it is going to very much be a likely finish around this area. Yeah, if they get any indication, if they recognize the skins, they're not really going to be thinking about pushing. But South State, another team who are very high in the leaderboard at the moment, are down to just 2. Bronzies trying to get a bat off as Mercy has been able to walk away from him, but he walks into some bullets, and the Eva 8 now will be pulled out by Bronzies, and potentially he's in a 1 versus 2, maybe even a 1 versus 3 here.
Yeah, he's doing laps as well with this building, just trying to stay alive for as long as possible, delaying the heal as well. Might be a case he's got no meds. Maybe he's just trying not to give an audio cue, as Complexity now unfortunately lose Monsoon, and Reptar as well might be going down in just a few moments. He gets away for now. He's got 1 HP as Shiny is retreating as well, and Reptar, even though he was 1 HP in that position, has managed to pop a shield cell while he was in the air there, using that Horizon Q to get those heals off. The only issue for him now is that, having got his shields back up, he's got to work on that health as well, and there's a team inside of the building right in front of him too.
And the team dropping above them in the train tracks, who are looking to try and pick up some free KP, but actually Shiny shredding with the R301, meaning that drop was a pointless one indeed. But of course, everyone just wants to rush into this next circle before it starts to get too hairy and dicey. Shiny has been able to survive. We're down to just 12 squads. Team Liquid also alive at the moment in the center of this map.
Well, Team Liquid now moving in on this truck position that I was mentioning just a few moments ago. Abralelli, though, has been taken down to pretty much no shields as well. Flank is going to be taken down to 1 HP and taken down to the ground. Abralelli trying to do what he can. Nocturnal, last player alive here, on top of this truck, having to pop the Phoenix kit to get back up to full HP, and he's going to have to scarborough away. He's going to have to retreat. Team Liquid went for arguably what could have been a game-winning plan by taking control of that truck. However, it didn't go their way. Now they're down to 1 player. 0+ is going to go down to the zone as well. They will be eliminated, and there you go. The field almost cut in half as this circle does close.
Yeah, and that circle is moving exactly where the teams have predicted it, where we thought it was going to be heading to those trucks on top of those train tracks. So the team that was there and currently holding down those trucks is going to be in a good spot, but it's whether they're just going to get bombarded from every other direction and whether those nades will be a real nuisance to them. It's whether people have enough utility coming into this endgame. It's of course very good to save those nades for this particular situation, but some fights you just have to use them.
And Ability Legends, who made that rotation that I was so hot on, this is the reason why they have complete control of the south side of this circle, the south side of the zone. They've only got to worry about what's in front of them. Nocturnal still alive in this position as well. He's in center zone. He's just hoping that he doesn't get spotted at this point. Does have the Q to get away if he does have to. Well, I said it's, you know, he doesn't want to get spotted. He got spotted, but he does have the gold armor, so he'll be able to pop a couple of cells to get back up to a full complement of shields pretty quickly. Unfortunately for him, it looks like the med kit and the battery, the standard time to heal, will be used instead. And even though he was spotted, Nocturnal's done a good job of staying alive here.
Yeah, it's very difficult not to get spotted when there's that many bloodhounds in the lobby, but yeah, he's still alive. The circle is going to close. He has an ultimate and, of course, has his Q. The only downside is that train track is right above him, so he can't just fly into the air, otherwise he's probably going to get shot by NRG, who are in prime position. They're looking at all these teams coming in. Vaxlong has gone down from CLG, and now it's all down to Lou to be able to help out Vaxlong. Sorry, Vaxlong's still alive. It's Madness who's fallen. Vaxlong's been able to bat up, and CLG just tried to worm their way in here. 112 and 11, but it's not quite enough.
I thought somehow that Lou was going to turn that situation into a profitable one, but that wasn't the recent stock market stories that we've been hearing about. Apparently something to do with money. I don't know. I didn't understand it, but it was a bad situation, and unfortunately CLG will fall, and that opens things up. But CLG getting those points on the board is the big news here, because they had such a large lead at the top of the leaderboards that kind of finish should give them enough of a cushion in this Game 6 to play the similar way that they have. However, NRG in now position, still holding down this center zone like they have been for the majority of this game, and as you saw there, still have a bullet in the Kraber to work with too.
Well, one team has been able to get into the other cart, so that's going to be their main worry, where they'll be focusing, and there is 1 Kraber bullet left here.
This shot's
sweet as well. And that bullet could be a game-winning bullet, or at least a team-fight winning bullet if he manages to hit it. Nocturnal still somehow alive, popping those shield cells with that gold armor that you were speaking of earlier. And somehow he's managed to get his way into the top 6. How much further can this man go?
I mean, Nocturnal did some crazy things as the last player alive for Liquid in online tournament #1. Well, look at this. History repeats itself sometimes, and he is still alive in this situation. And with kills going down around him as well, opportunity to rack up a few extra points. Nocturnal somehow still alive as well. He's popping a cell. He gets some shields back. Nocturnal, the ultimate wrap, but finally the story ends here for Nocturnal and Liquid.
Yeah, I think everyone suddenly realized there was a solo rat desperately trying to survive, and they were like, get him off the map. We don't want any of this anymore. As the circle does start to slowly creep in, these are the changes that we've seen. Means we're not going to have that desperate dash to the middle of the circle. Instead, it's a slow, methodical, thoughtful process as Team XD doing some real damage with the Mastiff right now.
Yeah, not quite connecting with these shots, though, as he tries to fire through the gas. But they're in a great position on this low ground. NRG, though, looking for the opportunity to come in to be the third party. And NRG wiped the team below them. And now we're into a 2-squad situation. Team XD versus NRG. Who's going to come out on top as we see the Gibraltar defensive bombardment go down?
We've got high ground versus low ground here, and are we going to have a classic heal-off, or are we going to see one of the teams opt to try and drop on this fight? It's one of those decisions where someone has to try and make the move, and the move has been made. NLG looking to try and take advantage. They have got the first down mark.
Yeah, and they almost went for the finisher as well. Maybe thinking about an armor swap, maybe just thinking to punish the player for trying to dare to push onto NRG as they sweep in to clean up the final 2 players. NRG will be your champions here of the penultimate game of online tournament number 2.
And see how this exercise is doing. I love listening to Onset and Gaskin try to figure out pounds versus kilos. That's a fun moment for me. Oh my God! NRG! Oh, you make my heart sing songs right now.
And unfortunately for Team Liquid and CLG, they weren't able to put up big enough games to kind of separate themselves. So now the rest of the leaderboard is starting to catch up. More specifically, NRG. 14 kills overall, that's exactly what you want to see. You don't want to have like a kind of a small win with 5 or 6 kills. You needed a big game. You had to bump up a ton in these instances because you have teams like South State, like Team Liquid, like SCN, and SCN now bumps themselves up as we take a look at the overall leaderboard here very shortly. They're going to really push their stock with a 15-point game. So don't cut out fun. The dude is absolutely insane. And then you have Kenny and Klain there too. And keep in mind, top 3 qualify for the playoffs. Top 10 get in the money. And top 10 also stamp their ticket in online tournament number 3 next week. But you really want to try to get that W, and that's what CLG is holding on to.